Punitive damages. You've probably heard the term, but what does it really mean in an employment case? Well, it's not just about money, it's about sending a message. Today we're breaking down what punitive damages are, when they apply, and how they can actually make workplaces better. Punitive damages go beyond compensating an employee for their losses. They're designed to punish employers for egregious misconduct and stop others from doing the same thing. In other words, if a company acts in a way that's especially harmful or reckless towards its employees, the court may say, that's not okay, and hit them with a financial penalty to make a point. But these damages aren't handed out lightly. To get punitive damages, the employee usually has to show the employer acted with intentional misconduct, malice, or showed reckless disregard for their rights. Think of things like repeated sexual harassment that management ignored, racial discrimination in promotions, firing someone in retaliation for reporting illegal activity, or blatant wrongful termination. And there needs to be a clear and convincing evidence of this behavior, not just a misunderstanding or a simple mistake. If a court does decide to award punitive damages, they'll look at several things to figure out the amount. First, how bad was the conduct? Second, how much money does the employer have? Because a penalty has to sting to be effective. And third, how much harm did the employee actually suffer? There's also a rule of proportionality. That means the punitive award has to be somewhat reasonable in comparison to the actual harm done. For example, in one case where an employee faced years of harassment, the jury awarded millions in punitive damages. But in a case with a one-time offense, the award was much lower, even if the behavior was still unacceptable. Punitive damages can make a huge difference in your employment case. For the employee, it's often the only way to get real justice, especially when the emotional or financial harm is significant. And for employers, it sends a very clear message. Treat your people fairly or pay the price. If you think your employer has crossed the line, it's time to talk to an experienced employment lawyer. Here's what you can do in the meantime. Start gathering documentation, emails, texts, performance reviews, anything that supports your story. Write down what happened and when. Don't wait. Time limits apply in most cases. An attorney can help you figure out if punitive damages might apply in your situation, and more importantly, how to build a strong case. Punitive damages aren't just about big dollar signs. They're about accountability. And they're one more way the legal system can help protect employees and promote fair treatment in the workplace. Thanks for watching, and remember, your rights at work matter.